Hey everybody, I'm Jesse, and welcome to another edition of Gen X Thinks. Today I'm going to talk about 3 things that Gen X wants today. Back when we were young, we just wanted to party or whatever and didn't really think about the future too much back then. But now that we're a little bit older, a little bit wiser, and more settled, I got to thinking, what do we want today? What do we want out of life? What do we want for the future? Not just for ourselves, but for everyone. What do we want? I was going to talk about those things here today. And the first thing on my list of what Generation X wants today is peace. Just peace. Peace in the world. Peace in our lives. Peace at work. A break from the drama of politics and war, all these movements and all this stuff. It's just chaos and drama, it seems like, constantly. No matter what you try to watch on TV, no matter what social media app you're perusing, no matter where you go, it seems like it's just constant drama and chaos out there. It just seems to me like in all this time, we should have evolved beyond that shit. We know better. We're smarter now today, and we're better informed than we were 40 years ago, 50 years ago, 100 years ago. All right, we can figure all these things out, how to genetically modify the genes and DNA and stuff of organisms, corn and whatever, mice, whatever. We can do all this stuff. We can send rockets into outer space and beam stuff off of satellites and communicate with each other. But we can't stop fighting. We can't stop killing each other. Now we can, we just won't, because there's too much money in it. There's too many huge multi-billion-dollar corporations who make tanks. And when they have the ability to pay off politicians, well, there's going to be war. And just that kind of stuff. I mean, you get tired of it because it's unnecessary. It's not needed. We don't need war. We don't need poverty. We don't need chaos. We don't need drama. We don't need any of it. We can live just fine without it. So why does the world keep perpetuating this crap? It's just hard. It's hard for me to wrap my brain around because it's foolish. It's foolish. It's stupid. And I think that pretty close to 100% of us are sick and tired of it. Sick and tired of hearing about it. Sick and tired of worrying about it. Sick and tired of just it existing. Its existence is sickening and tiring. And the second one is security. We want security in every aspect of the word. We want job security, financial security, security in our relationships. We don't want to be cheated on, disrespected, or betrayed. We don't want to worry about whether we're going to have a job tomorrow because of the economy, because some housing bubble might burst or something like that. How are there even housing bubbles? You build houses, people buy them, people live in them. But because of banking and stuff and the mortgage, all this weird stuff, if you've seen that movie, The Big Short, you might understand how that the last housing bubble was created through banking and loans and bonds and all this stuff. But that last housing bubble burst and it put a lot of people out of work. A lot of us were in the construction trades and they just died, completely went away for several years. And security in relationships with promiscuity and this stuff constantly being promoted and celebrated in the media and all over TV and in movies and stuff. It's why can't good solid people with good solid values and faithfulness and these good things that we all want from each other, why can't they be celebrated in the media and in movies? When people display these things in real life, we love it. We cheer for them. If a man gives his life protecting his family, he's a hero. But they don't portray that stuff in movies. They portray, sleazebags and scumbags, and I guess that's more entertaining or whatever. But still, you grow up watching that stuff and probably your values get skewed. But we all want good values from each other, but we have a hard time maintaining those values within ourselves, living up to them. That's what we want from each other, is security, mainly. Just to be safe and secure with another person. One other person in this entire world that we can count on every day of our lives for the rest of our lives. Physical security. We don't want crime. Say what you want about somebody walking down the street in the night and they get mugged or whatever. They should be able to walk down the street in the middle of the night. They should be safe no matter where they go, what they do. And part of that goes back to people feeling like they need to be criminals to survive. Everyone should have enough. People shouldn't have to steal and rob to survive. And they don't have to. It's just the way the world is. And it's not changing. And people are tired of it. I know I am. I'm tired of crime, and I'm tired of people being treated in a way like to be forced into crime. They shouldn't even have a bad decision to make because the economy's good enough to where they don't need to make a bad decision. And it's perfectly possible. Security and our freedoms. We should have all of our freedoms to move and speak and think and whatever the way we want to. We shouldn't have to worry about anyone taking our freedoms away just randomly, violating the Constitution, and just because they don't like our skin color or the way we dress or whatever. That is ancient crap that nobody wants, but it still happens today. And the last one is to be left alone. We want to be left alone. You hear that, and that's one of the meme things to say, Gen X, leave us alone. We want to be left alone. But at a deeper level, what does that mean? A lot of you will relate to this when I say that means authority. We don't want the government coming in telling us what to do, how to live, where to work, what to think, what to say, what not to believe, anything. The government shouldn't tell us anything. The government's job is to defend the Constitution and protect those freedoms, not to take them away. Leave me alone at work. Let me do my job. If I screw it up, then you can say something to me, if you so feel the need. And I've seen that a lot throughout my life. Somebody will make a mistake, and then, the boss or whatever feels like they got to make a big issue out of it. If the person knows they made a mistake, the point is already across. They know they've made a mistake. If they're doing something consistently, like showing up to work late, day after day, now, okay, say something. I got it. It's warranted. When somebody just makes one mistake when they've been doing the job well for months and they make one mistake, come on. It's not like, just completely different situation, but some people feel like they need to exert their power. You know what I mean? Leave us alone. Let me do my job. Any authority wants to get in my face and get in my business or whatever, just no. No. I'm completely competent. I'm capable. No one is perfect. No one's going to do every single thing correct their entire lives. But that making a mistake does not make you incompetent. The very best people learn from their mistakes and do not repeat them. That is the sign of highly competent and capable people. Learn from their mistakes and don't repeat them. Now, maybe geniuses or something never make a mistake, but I doubt that. Even those type of people make mistakes. I'm sure even Einstein and Bach and Shakespeare made mistakes. Shakespeare probably misspelled some stuff, you know what I mean? But I think it's human nature to want to get in somebody else's business and make them feel less some people thrive on that. They push other people down, and then, you know, they feel like they're up here because they're pushing other people down instead of rising themselves up and leaving other people alone. And even online, I don't know how many of y'all do it, but even online, I find myself, I leave people alone. If they say something stupid that I disagree with, I just pass it by. I don't care. Even if it's completely idiotic and I completely disagree with it and it offends every neuron in my brain, I still, whatever. It's, I'm not going to change that person's mind online from 3,000 miles away, you know what I mean? But by one just amazingly insightful and deep comment that I type on my phone, I'm going to just change this person's entire outlook on life. No, I'm not going to change anything that person believes. All I'm going to do is get in a useless argument, get my heart rate jacked up because I'm so mad. That's what people do. That's what people do. Yeah, I don't do that. I leave people alone because I want to be left alone. And I think those are the three key things that Gen X wants at this stage in our lives. And probably a lot of people do, I would think. A lot of people want those things, no matter what their age or maybe the younger people are, you know, younger people are short-sighted, just like we were, just like the boomers were when they were young hippies. The younger people are short-sighted, but anybody over the age of 30 probably wants these things or something similar. If you do or don't, or if you want to add or subtract something from this list, please let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and leave me a comment to let me know what you think. And if you would like to support the channel, you can do so by buying me a cup of coffee. I'll leave that link down in the description. And if you're interested in Gen X gear, swag, or merch, I'll leave that down in the description as well. We've got some pretty cool stuff over there. If you can't or don't want to support the channel in either of those ways, you can always do so by sharing these videos on your social media. And I appreciate that very much. Thank you. And if you have any ideas for future videos, please leave those in the comments below. I appreciate it. That's one of my favorite things to do, is make videos inspired by subscribers. And as always, stay frosty, Gen X, and I'll see you on the next one.